Front Row MMA here with Conor Nicholls after his win at Lionheart FC earlier this afternoon against Lewis Andrews. Conor, the first round started with Lewis being really aggressive, coming in with some nice knees and kicks to the body, and then you initiated a clinch and started to push him into the cage before taking him down.
Yeah.
Did his aggression surprise you at the beginning?
I think it did, to be honest. I mean, he looked like quite a timid kind of guy. Yeah. I didn't think he was going to be as aggressive as he was, because as bad as it sounds, but I looked at him and thought, easy fight. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to be walk all over him. And he was quite strong. He came out quite fast, and that surprised me. That's why I kind of tied him up. I didn't give him any room to do what he wanted to do. I just...
It was. I think it's fair to say he after the first minute or two, it was obvious you had a strength advantage. Was that something you felt as well, that you could outpower him in the clinch?
Yeah, I think that's because I've been training with a lot of bigger guys, bigger and older, so they're naturally a lot stronger.
Yeah.
So I think I've got used to fighting with the stronger guys, and it's come onto my training. So,
towards the end of the round, you got him down. You got side control that you weren't going to let up for love nor money, and you started to land knees. I criticize a lot of. Criticize is a bad word, but I criticize a lot of fighters that, especially under the rule set you were fighting, that look to get full mount all the time, because I feel it's such a dead position. Were you happy staying in side control, or were you looking? What were you looking to get? Because you rained down blows.
Yeah, I think at the start I kind of went with the flow, because I think if I remember rightly, I didn't try and take him down. He kind of lost his footing, and I went with him.
Yeah.
So I just kind of ended up there. But I thought I was in a safe position. I was on top. I could hurt him, and then because I felt stronger. I kept my hips to the floor. I felt I could stay there and then kind of plan my game as I was going, because I wasn't under any pressure.
Yeah.
So I thought that was helpful.
You also didn't seem to be in any rush. Sometimes, especially again at an amateur level, when a guy gets a good dominant position like that, they tend to rush him, which is when they get reversed. Is that patience again something you train for? Is it because you're used to having these bigger guys that you have to?
I think that is. I kind of look, because to be honest, I have trouble with my chest as well. I suffer with asthma, and that was playing on my mind a bit as well. So I thought I'm just going to take it slow, just concentrate on my breathing.
Sorry, I interrupt that. I'm terrible.
No, it's fine, don't worry.
In the second round, you came out very aggressive. You landed the a couple of big knees to the body. You took him. Were you surprised that he tried to grabbed that single leg and was able to take you down after that?
Yeah, because I was
TKO was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was surprised at that. I didn't realise he had that kind of strength after the first round. I thought, after I was on top of him, I didn't think he had that kind of strength to be able to pick me up and slam me down. So that caught me off guard a bit.
Once you were down there, though, all of a sudden the grappling transitions that you threw, you linked together, and I'm afraid I have to read it, because you went from an armbar to a triangle to an armbar to an omoplata, and then you sunk in the rear naked choke. At any point, were you getting frustrated? Or were you just rolling with the fight?
A bit of both. I was kind of in the middle. It was kind of annoying, but I thought, well, one of them's eventually got to pay off. So I thought I'd be patient with it. But I remember I was drilling omoplatas in the gym, and my coach John said, "Don't bother, you're not going to get them. Stick with your arm bars and your triangles, because omoplatas are hard to pull off." And I got into the position. I thought, I've got to get this now. I've got to get it. And I remember my cornerman. I heard him shout at the last minute, control the arm, which is what I didn't do. And just as I went for it, he moved it.
Because it looked to me like it was the omoplata that led to the rear naked choke.
Yeah.
He had to defend, and he defended in such a way that you got the neck and squeezed. The choke, it said the finish of the fight. Was there any doubt once you got the rear naked locked in that you were going to finish?
I didn't think I was going to get it. I felt like it wasn't deep enough. Looking back, I could see, okay, it was. But at the time, I couldn't get my hand behind the head. And so I was just trying to clasp my hands and squeeze in. Yeah. So it felt like kind of a very novice choke, if that makes sense.
How pleased are you with your performance
very
overall?
Pleased.
Yeah?
Very pleased, yeah.
And where do you see the next evolution in your game coming? Because your ground transitions were slick. Where do you see the next big sort of evolution in your game?
I think I'm going to focus on my wrestling a bit more, because I personally prefer the wrestling. I wasn't planning before to go to the ground at all. Just so happens it did. It worked out. But I was planning up against the cage, knees can control the guy.
Yeah.
Because I've not normally had any luck with submissions. I normally struggle.
Yeah.
So it just so happens that I managed to pull it off.
You pulled it off tonight. Well, there was no doubt. Again, the transition, the link was incredible. I know the event's about to start, so I'm going to just jump ahead. And is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to? Anybody you'd like to thank? Please feel free.
Pretty much everybody who's in UTC, all the coaches, all the members that helped train me, family have been a big help in helping me with my diet. No chocolate or sweets allowed in the house.
Oh man. And finally, one last word. UTC staff, UTC Cannock, how important is that team to you?
Pretty much everything. I mean, I'd love to go professional and make that my job. At the moment I've got a job, it's got to pay the bills, but if there ever comes a day where I could pack my job in, go into that, I'd love it, because everyone's like a big family and they're always focused on you. It's never about a commercial thing. It's always like the money they're making from tonight's all going back into the gym and helping people.
Fantastic, Conor. It was a great performance. I think certainly the finish, man, was one of the nicest set of string transitions to the rear naked choke that I've seen in a long time. We look forward to seeing you fight again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.